But that leaves us out of the picture entirely. It also leaves us without the opportunity of knowing the truth and preparing, while they do. What would your grandparents say to this logic? I think my grandfather, who was an auctioneer, a berry farmer, he was a machinist at Boeing, he did a little of everything. I think my grandfather would look at me and say, well, you spent too much money. System's broken. How are you going to fix it with more spending? Then he would probably say, you know what? You need to take your lumps and move on. Then I might actually get smacked over the head with a shovel, just for being so stupid. It's common sense. But we don't want to look at it. Why is Greece in so much trouble? I mean, after joining the supposed economic safe haven of the Eurozone, did they build useful infrastructure? Did they go over and take more loans and try to build infrastructure that would help people in Greece create a brighter tomorrow? No, no, no. No, they thought it would be great to have people retiring at 50. Who did? The labor unions, the politicians, the socialists. Give everybody free health care, free this, free that. Hey, just relax at the pool. Increase the government handouts, create nothing except for debt, and get everybody on the dole, get everybody working for the government. Now they're broke. Now the world is coming to bail them out. Here's the really sad part. 2 Australian comedians made sense out of this situation. Made, in fact, more sense than anybody else I've seen in the press so far. Watch this.
Okay, Roger, your special subject tonight is the economies of the European community. Your time starts now. Best of luck.
Thank you.
How much does Greece owe, Roger?
$367 billion.
Correct. And who do they owe it to?
Mostly to the other European economies.
Correct. How much does Ireland owe?
$865 billion.
Correct. And who do they owe it to?
Other European economies, mostly.
Correct. How much do Spain and Italy owe?
$1 trillion each.
Correct. Who to?
Mainly France, Britain and Germany.
Correct. And how are Germany, France and Britain going, Roger?
Well, they're struggling a bit, aren't they?
Correct. Why?
Because they've lent all these vast amounts of money to other European economies that can't possibly pay them back.
Correct. So what are they going to do?
They're going to have to bail them out.
Correct. Where are they getting the money to do that, Roger?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that one.
How much does Portugal owe?
Hang on a minute. What was the answer to that earlier question?
Just keep answering the questions, Roger. Where is Portugal going to get the money it owes to Germany if Germany can't get back the money that it lent to Italy?
Just a minute. What was the answer to the previous question? The question was, how can broke economies lend money to other broke economies who haven't got any money because they can't pay back the money the broke economy lent to the other broke economy and shouldn't have lent it to them in the first place because the broke economy can't pay it back?
You're wasting very valuable time, Roger.
There's not a single line of comedy in that. It's all true. Where do they get the money? They don't. They print it. They print it. Now you tell me how this game works. Greece owes these countries. These countries have borrowed the money. Now they have to bail them out. It doesn't make any sense. No sense whatsoever. And I'm the crazy one. The politicians and the uber elites are playing a game. They are playing a game, and the only one that loses is you. They are in bed right now. The politicians and the uber elites are in bed with the labor unions. How do I know this? Oh, I don't know. Check anybody's website. See who they're hanging out with. See whose gifts they're giving. See whose pensions they're bailing out. Right now, the labor unions are in bed with the politicians. The politicians are demanding that they bail out the teachers union and the cops because they got pensions that they can't afford. Who made the deal? These guys and these guys. Who loses? These guys and you. Right now, here's what's going to happen. They're going to say, well, we need to raise your taxes. You got no more money. Well, you're gonna throw the teachers out? You're gonna the firemen and the cops? You just don't care about them? No, I care about them. The reason why we're in this situation is because these people and these people played us. Every time they were setting up this little game with these guys, they put them in the line of fire for their power. Because they would say, one of them wouldn't cave, and so they'd tell you, oh, you don't like teachers? You don't like cops? And you'd say, of course I do. Pay them. But we didn't know the pension game. And we are going to be pitted against each other when we really don't have anything to do. I like these guys. They like us. It's these people who are the problems. They've spent us into oblivion, while all the time telling us, it's okay, it's okay. It's not okay. Here's the fun part. The government's going to raise the taxes on you. The labor unions who are in bed with the government, when you say no, will start civil unrest. We are already seeing it in Greece. The government will then blame it on you. This is the end game, gang, and the only loser is you. There are many things that I've said on this program that unfortunately are just barreling down the highway. I want to show you something from the World Socialist website. It came out this weekend. There's just a couple of things, and I'm quoting this website because they're quoting other papers, and they do it in such a grand fashion. In recent days, a number of media commentaries have predicted a similar eruption of social unrest of revolutionary dimensions as a direct result of the worsening economic crisis. These warnings are accompanied by dire predictions that Europe will suffer the return of nationalist tensions. Remember when I told you this? The emergence of fascist movements and even war. Writing in the Financial Times, May 24th, for example, historian Simon Schama stated, "Far be it for me to make a dicey situation dicier, but can't you smell the sulfur in the air right now and not think that we might be on the threshold of an age of rage in Europe and America? There is a distinct possibility of a long, hot summer of social umbrage." In the Observer on May 30th, Will Hutton, its former editor, declares, quote, "The future of Europe is in the balance. The potential disintegration of the euro will be first-order economic and political disaster. What will emerge will be a Europe closer to the 1930s, fearful, stagnant, and prey to vicious, racist, and nationalist ideologies." The socialist website doesn't mention here communists as well. Deutsche Welle writes that the warnings are, quote, "closer today than any other time since the current financial crisis, the worst since 1929, began. The deep anger brewing in these countries is fermenting worldwide against the same institutions, the same people, and the failure of global capitalism." They also conclude with comments by another, she's an expert in, I don't know, some weird European think tank. She says this crisis is directly connected to the end of the world order as we've known it since 1949, and even earlier since the European colonization process. Therefore, the whole global fabric centered on the U.S. for 60 years is slowly collapsing, generating turmoil of all sorts. When she's asked, where does the social unrest end, she says, war. It's as simple and as horrifying as that. What were all these people talking about over in Europe this weekend? Stuff like that. Why aren't we? Why are we playing this game? There are forces making you try to believe that everything is okay. That's all right, because everything will be okay in the end. But you have to know the truth. They're also trying to convince you that spending more with our government, spending more is the way to go. There are forces who want to gain more international power and control, and then there is you. The global elite don't have faith in you. The government can't. I don't mean this as a slam. They can't say this to you, or it does end tomorrow. Our founders had faith in you. I have faith in you. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your neighbors. Have faith in the principles that started this country. Have faith in the principles and the morals and the fabric of who our grandparents were and taught us to be, because those are all the things that made our country great. Have faith in God. He will never abandon us, ever. Last night, I woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning, because I was thinking about all of this stuff, and it just wouldn't gel. 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up, and I just wrote down a simple phrase, and I want to show it to you next, because it is the answer. It's really simple, but it's on your shoulders. I'll show you it next.